I'm Lauren Sapala. I'm launching a new live class this November called the Creative Commitment Challenge. And if you're on this page, you're thinking about signing up for the Creative Commitment Challenge. So first of all, I want to say, I think that's a very good idea, and I think that you should. Second of all, I want to say, I've never done anything like this before, and I'm super excited about it. For those of you who have ever taken a class from me before or worked with me as a coach, you know I do a lot of things based on my intuition. I get nudges, I get little messages, and this year I got a big nudge to do this class in parallel to NaNoWriMo. For people who are doing NaNoWriMo and people who are not doing NaNoWriMo, I got the information to put something together for the either or crowd, but so that it could include everyone. So let me give you some more information on the class, and then you can evaluate if it's going to be a good fit for you as a writer, as a creative person, as whatever. Okay, so first of all, there's going to be a weekly live teaching and Q&A Monday evenings from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that's Seattle, Washington time. So I'm going to be teaching. I'm going to be doing half an hour, 45 minutes of teaching over Zoom, and then the rest of the time will be Q&A. I wanted to leave these weekly teachings pretty open-ended, so I haven't decided on the rigid topics beforehand. A lot of my classes, you can see the class schedule beforehand and there's like bullet points, this is what we're going to cover. This time around, I really got the information to leave it open. I want to see what's coming up for people during the class and as it unfolds. So I want to leave that space and that room, kind of that wiggle room available, and see what's coming up for healing at this time, what's coming up to be looked at, what's coming together for us to all work on together as a group. So I'm not sure what's going to happen in those weekly teachings just yet. I'm going to be really in the moment with it and just work with the energy as it arises, and we'll see what happens. Those weekly teachings will be recorded. The recordings will be made available within 24 hours for streaming, and class members will get lifetime access to those recordings. So 10 years from now, you can watch them. 20 years from now, my website will still be up. I guarantee it. If it's not, you can get a hold of me. I'll send them to you. But I'm really pretty sure it's going to be there forever. So you will have lifetime access to those recordings. Okay, now the thing everyone's interested in, the thing that's different about this class, is the daily live silent writing sessions that we're going to be doing over Zoom. We're going to be doing 30 days of writing 1 hour a day. That means every single day for the entire month of November, I'm going to be holding space energetically, emotionally, and virtually over Zoom. We're going to have a writer's room open. The schedule is on this page. If you're wondering if you can make those time slots or not, just scroll down. You'll find the full schedule. I believe right now it looks like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to do at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Thursday and Friday, we're going to do at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But if you want to really look at them at your leisure, scroll down in this page and you'll find them. I did a mix of times because we have a lot of people from Europe who told me that they wanted to join. We've got a couple people in Japan, we've got some people in Australia, we've got people all across the United States and in Canada. So I really wanted to offer different times so that everybody could pop in at least twice a week if they wanted to. So that brings me to the next point, which is you don't have to come every day. You can come every day if you want. Every single session is open to the class members when they want to show up. However, if that's too much for you, if it feels like an hour a day is too much, or if you work, you have other commitments and you just can't make it, you can only make it, every other day, twice a week, even once a week, this can still work for you. It's not about word count, and it's not about accomplishing certain goals or having expectations. I really want the focus of this class to be on time and energy put toward your creativity. So not beating yourself up if you can't show up every day, not beating yourself up if you didn't write 500 words this session or 1,000 words or whatever you thought you should write. That is one of the focuses that I want to put in this class, is shifting from, well, I think I should be this way as a writer, or I think I should do these things, or I should work in this way, to actually observing ourselves in the moment and say, well, how do I actually work? What actually am I like as a writer? What's real for me in this moment? What works for me? What is my own unique creative cycle? I work with so many writers who don't have awareness of their own unique creative cycle. And let me tell you, every writer has one. Every creative being has one. If you are a creative person, you work in cycles. It's an ebb and a flow. So you have high points and low points. You have euphoria, bursts of inspiration, and then depression, feeling lethargic, feeling like fatigue and like the ideas have dried up. This is all part of a cycle. When you get into a pattern of regularly creating, you can observe yourself and you can observe your cycle. You can get to know yourself better and you gain self-knowledge. So that's something that we're going to be working on in this class too, is really like observing ourselves, getting to know our own creative cycles and not judging ourselves for it. Maybe we don't work as fast as others. Maybe we're not as productive as others. That's okay. It's not about being like everyone else. It's about finding out who we are as writers and what works for us. Okay, in addition to all of that, we're also going to have the private Facebook group. Now, let me tell you, I'm not a big Facebook fan. I'm not on Facebook a whole bunch. I have a Facebook page, I have a Facebook account. I really don't like Facebook. I will admit that right up front. I'm not a Facebook person. The live classes I've done in the past, the Facebook groups have been really, really nice. I think I have like 3 or 4 open Facebook groups now from past classes that have kept going. And my past class members will tell you, they're really nice groups. People tend to stick around. People make friends in the group. They're always really safe, supportive, lovely places to be. So even if you're a little like reluctant about Facebook or like, ooh, I don't know about the energy of Facebook, I don't really like it, just know that the Facebook groups I put together are really nice spaces to be in. They're very low key, they're very gentle. Everybody there is very welcoming and supporting. They're usually all INFJs and INFPs. Sometimes we'll get an extrovert tossed in there, but they're all intuitive, compassionate, loving, creative people. So if you're looking for support, if you're looking for community, if you're looking to meet some new people who are actually on your wavelength, they're just as weird as you are, they're just as eccentric, they're just as creative, they've got stories and characters floating around in their heads too, they're tortured by their memoir, you have come to the right place. This is going to be a great, great place for you. Okay, so if you've watched all that, if you've read all this, you're in, you know you're in, scroll to the bottom of the page, click the sign up button. You have 5 days. Halloween is the last day. I can't let anyone in after Halloween. So if you know you want to be part of this course, you've got that 5-day window and then it's done. And then we're off to the races, writing our first day, November 1st, 11 a.m. We start with our first Zoom session. I'm so excited. I hope I see you there. If you have any questions, something I haven't covered in this video or on this page, please email me, writecitysf@gmail.com, or use the contact form on my website. Get a hold of me. Let's get the questions answered. Hopefully, I will see you in the class.